Hey Aaron, what you're about to see is one of the most amazing things ever, where somebody steals a Make America Great Again hat and then tries to get the person who had their hat stolen into trouble. Watch this video.
You stole my property, my Make America Great Again hat.
Look at the kind of shit he's wearing. Look it.
What, you're gonna turn it into student life? What the hell is your problem?
Hey, y'all. So this guy thought it would be a good idea to go into a conference
With my freedom of
fucking
speech,
hat.
with my freedom of speech, she took my hat.
Wearing
this
this
belongs
hat.
to me. Give it back to me. It belongs to me. This belongs to me. I bought it and she took it from me. It is mine.
Really, look at the kind of shit he's wearing. You know what this represents? This represents genocide.
Alright, stop it. Hold on. Did you hear what he said? She says, hey, I took his hat and I brought it in here to confess to my crime. And the administrator says, I understand. As in, I understand this is a bad thing. I understand you have the right to steal it. That doesn't make any sense. If anybody else, say this white man that had this hat stolen from them, walks in and says, hey, I just stole a hat from somebody, or I just stole anything from anybody at all, they come in and say that, everybody else instantly decks them to get whatever was stolen back. She walks in and the administrative official is like, yeah, okay, I guess you stole that. There's nothing I can do about it right now. I'm just going to be calm about this. Now, I don't know if he's just trying to diffuse the situation or if he actually believes, hey, I understand, because she's about to start talking about genocide.
I understand.
Genocide of a bunch of people. And look at what he's wearing in front of a group.
You heard that, right? Genocide of a bunch of people, as opposed to those genocides of, only a few people. She probably thinks about this all the time, and that's the best argument she can come up with this as to why the Make America Great Again hat is bad. Okay, let's keep going. Just making stuff up on the spot represents genocide of a bunch of people, everybody. And again, he tries to take it back.
A group of people.
He tries to take it back, and what's her response?
This is mine. You
Fuck
do not
your
get
laws.
to take other people's
Fuck
property
your
that
laws,
is
she
legally
says.
theirs in this country.
Man, fuck
And
your
again,
laws.
the administration is doing nothing right now. They're just watching. She's blatantly saying, I stole this, and fuck your laws, and they're letting her get away with it. Isn't that amazing? How this video doesn't end within 30 seconds. Like, you walk into an administrative facility, you say, hey, I'm a thief, and they go, okay, let's take back what you stole, and let's put you into custody for theft. You think that's what would happen. But nope.
Alright?
Then get out.
Do you have any fucking conscience?
Yes, I do.
You do?
Yes, and I do.
Really? And that's why you go in there
Yes,
wearing this hat?
That's precisely why.
Because you have a conscience.
Yes.
Look.
She stole
This
my
guy-
hat.
this
She
guy
stole
went
my
up
hat.
there-
I was walking around.
No, let me tell you
I was
something.
walking
Most
around
of the-
and she went and took the hat off of my head.
Most of the groups in this campus.
It does not
most
matter.
of the groups
I
on
have
this
a
campus
freedom of speech
are-
to wear this
Your
hat.
fucking freedom of speech is genocide, homeboy.
It doesn't matter.
Is that what you...
Okay, let's just get this cleared up right now. A Make America Great Again hat is not fucking genocide, homeboy. Can we just get that out of the way? Can everybody agree with that for just 1 second? Restore a little bit of sanity to the world? Make America Great Again hats are not equal to genocide? Please? Alright, no, of course not. Let's keep going.
Matter.
Is that what you're trying to
My freedom of
represent?
speech allows me to wear that hat as much as I
swear
want.
to God, I
You
wish I
do
could
not get
burn
to
this
steal
shit.
my property.
I swear to God, I
I
could
paid
burn
for
this
that.
shit.
I bought it. It
I
is
paid
mine.
for that.
It is
You-
mine. Give it back. You give it back.
Oh, I paid for that. All I did was follow the legal system to engage in a voluntary transaction of property between two people. Oh, that means you don't actually have a right to it and I can just steal it. So she thinks she has more of a right to steal it than he has a right to keep what he paid for. She thinks she has more of a right to burn what she stole than he has a right to keep what he paid for. This is the way society's headed, folks. And again, these administrative officials are doing nothing. She admits all of this in front of the administration, and she assumes she will not get into trouble. As far as I know, she hasn't been reprimanded for any of this. There's no disciplinary action on the basis of the school. The police have not been called, but of course that's probably his charge to bring in. If he doesn't want to charge her with theft, then she probably won't receive a theft charge. But still, isn't this so amazing that you can walk into an authority's office and say all the ways you're violating authority and then not get punished at all? That's so amazing to me.
Are you people not going to do anything? She's stealing my
Uh-oh. He said you people. That's probably racist, right?
property.
Extension, just dial it. I'll talk to them.
Who are they calling? It doesn't make any sense. Just help the guy get his hat back. Everybody goes about their day. Discipline her for blatantly admitting that she stole the hat. And everybody moves on. Who are you calling right now?
Look, I don't want to make a big thing out of this,
I
but
do
that is
actually
mine.
know, because it's so fucking
That
important
is mine.
that y'all are allowing people
I was
to
up
wear
at the student org
this
retreat, and
on
she
a
stole
campus
it
that
from my
has
head.
the majority people of color in this campus, and you let people walk around and wear this shit.
Hey, majority people of color. Not Barack Obama. Donald Trump took a lot of votes from people that voted for Barack Obama. I think he had, plus 7% Latino population voting for him? Probably, I think it was right, plus 8 or 7% black population voted for him as opposed to the people that voted for Romney or McCain. So you're talking about how, people of color must hate that hat. People of color are largely responsible for getting Donald Trump elected to be the president in the first place. So, what are you even talking about at this point?
Look at this.
Let's calm down.
Make America great again. It was never fucking great. Never.
Then get out, honestly, if you
What do
don't
you
like the
mean
country.
get out? I was
Get
born
out.
here.
If you don't like it so
What
much,
you
get
mean
out.
get out? Where the
And there comes the talking point. I really hate it when people bring this up. So imagine you're in a restaurant, right? Everybody is in that restaurant. They're enjoying the food. The service is great. There's an outside scenery you can go enjoy as well. There's live music. It's an amazing restaurant. Everything about it is wonderful. But all the while somebody's enjoying the food, enjoying everything that's going on, they're also complaining about how they hate being in the restaurant. So you logically say, well, if you hate it so much, why don't you leave? There's hundreds of other restaurants you could be in right now. If you don't like where you are, you could just get up and leave. Nobody's forcing you to be here. And then once you do that, the person complaining says, hey, what do you mean leave? All I was doing was complaining and talking about how much I hate being here. Why would I not be here even though I fucking hate it? It doesn't make any sense. It's ridiculous. And I hear this argument all the time. Watch her make it.
I was
Mexico,
born
go wherever
here.
the hell you want. Give me
How
back
the fuck
my
do you
hat.
know that I'm brown? You don't know
I
shit
don't
about
care.
me.
I don't
You can go anywhere you like. It's very easy to go to another country. Okay? If you have a US passport, you can easily get into another country. So if you hate it, go wherever it is that you like. Go to whatever country you think was great at some point. If America was never great, go into that country that was great at some point or that is great right now, and then you can stop complaining. You won't have anything to complain about. Seems very simple to me, you know? The guy didn't say anything about you being brown. She's like, how the fuck do you know that I'm brown? He didn't say you're brown. That's a straw man. Good job.
care.
What do you mean, Mexico?
Give me my hat. That's all I want is my hat back. That's literally all I want.
It's okay.
I started none.
So it's a little bait she put out there. She talks about how much she hates this, which is naturally going to result in the logical response of, hey, why don't you just leave then? And then she's trying to make him out to be racist. Oh, I'm brown. Oh, you want me to go to Mexico? No, he wasn't saying any of that until you said you disliked it here, okay? It's a natural response to tell somebody to go somewhere else if they dislike where they currently are, right? Doesn't that make sense?
Of this.
It's okay. Let's calm down a little bit. We can talk as a trio here, but let's try to just.
Over here recording me like I'm the criminal here.
No, it's
Because
okay.
you
Oh, because
stole
you
my
stole
property.
my property.
That is
Y'all
literally
stole
a
this
crime.
land. You're
Did you hear what she just said? Oh, you're recording me like I'm the criminal here. Also, I admit to stealing your property, which I have in my hand right now. I'm going to hold it up high as if I'm fucking Link picking up a new item. Just dee-dee-dee. Come on. And then she makes this argument.
ancestor stole this land.
That is
motherfucker.
literally a crime. That is
Okay.
literally a crime.
Can I take it? Can I be the neutral?
Okay, so I hear this argument all the time. The Americans that conquered the land from Native Americans who also conquered the land from other Native Americans don't have a right to it because conquering is theft. Here's the thing about that. If that's true, then none of the Native Americans have a right to it. By the way, Mexico also conquered the land, which Mexico will always cry about Texas being stolen from them. No. You had Texas in the first place because you conquered it from Spain, who conquered it from the natives. Now, when people that are non-white conquer land, that counts as legitimate land acquisition. Okay, Native Americans conquer the land. Okay, that's legitimate. Americans conquer it from Native Americans. Okay, that's theft. Let's say that's true. Let's try to give her every possible chance of having her argument be correct. Let's say we go back in time, and you live in that period. Both of you are now directly in that period where land is being conquered from Native Americans. You consider that theft. Now, both of you are unaffiliated with the U.S. government. Do you now have the right to go and steal somebody else's property because a third unaffiliated party is also stealing a fourth party's property at the same time? So you're two parties, and there's a third and a fourth party that aren't affiliated with either of you that's currently stealing property. Do you now have the right to steal property? Do you have the right to completely negate all laws in the land because somebody else is currently being a criminal? And if so, then that means anybody can steal anything from anybody because the U.S. government at some point in time stole land. Is that a good argument? Does anybody actually think that's a good argument? Because I know that even she doesn't. Try using this argument against her. You try stealing... No, I'm not saying that. Don't actually steal something from her. It's just a hypothetical statement. So, say you were to steal something from somebody. And then they try to call you out on it and be like, hey, homeboy! Hey! Some time ago, some people that we don't know that lived before we were even born stole something at some point. Therefore, I have the right to steal this from you right now in the present day. Does that make sense? No. No, it does not. Okay? Continue.
Your party and I'll take it.
Oh, God, I could burn this shit right now.
But it's because we will need to return his property to him, but then we can talk about...
How about we talk about not letting people wear this shit on
How
campus?
about we talk?
Look at the incredulous look on her face when it's suggested that she return his property to him. Isn't that amazing? She's actually thinking that she could walk in here and have the administration side with her. You want to talk about privilege? What kind of privilege is that? It's where you can steal property, admit to it, and not have anything happen to you. Let's talk about that privilege, shall we?
About supporting freedom of speech,
How about we talk
something
about
that
supporting
people
freedom
fought
of speech?
and died for.
When people could have tried to fucking protest and use their freedom of speech, what happens?
People let them. Are you
No,
kidding
that's
me?
not fucking true.
I was at the protest in Berkeley, and I...
Yeah, it is true. Yeah, it is. The entire media establishment, outside of a few hosts on Fox News, praise. There's continual praise for the protests that occur, especially against white people, especially against cops. Black Lives Matter goes around destroying their own neighborhoods. Antifa goes around causing hundreds of thousands of property damage. And what happens from the media? Praise. Okay? It gets called a peaceful protest as neighborhoods are burning down. So I don't know what she's on about right now, but she's way off base here.
Protest in Berkeley, and I was the one who was silenced.
Y'all be making these memes and posting about how we just want to make a riot and we just want to be loud and obnoxious when we're really trying to fight genocide from happening.
Give me my property. That is...
Okay, so what she just admitted to is being completely delusional. Alright? Just want to fight genocide from happening from who? Who's committing genocide? Who? Donald Trump? No. He doesn't care about you. Unless you happen to be breaking the laws of the country, which you currently are, he doesn't care about you. Okay?
All I want here. Give me my property, and I will leave, and I will go back to the retreat where I'm supposed to be.
Fucking think about it. How about you read history books?
Give me my property, and I will go back up to the retreat, and I will not care.
Let me tell you something. The reason why this is pissing me off because he wore it in a group where literally most of the organizations in the school are led by people of color, and
including mine.
Just again, I want to reiterate this point. Okay? People of color, if we're going to use that terminology, are largely responsible for getting Donald Trump elected. In fact, college-educated white kids are almost responsible for him not getting the presidency. They voted against him in record numbers, and people of color voted for him in record numbers. So people of color are going to be more likely to agree with that hat than white college kids. And given that you're in a college place, that means... well, If you can't figure this out at this point in time, there's nothing I can do for you. You should be able to figure the rest of that sentence out without me having to say it to you, okay? Do a little bit of your own thinking.
President is a Filipino.
Oh, no way. And does that make you not racist? Because last time I checked,
I
you were wearing this
myself,
fucking hat.
I myself am half
Because last time I checked-
Nicaraguan.
Oh my
I don't
God,
care.
You're fucking white, boy. You're white.
Look how racist she is. She's basing her entire opinion of this other person right now of you're fucking white, boy. That's it. That's what all of this stems from, okay? That's why earlier she was saying, oh, is it because I'm brown? Even though he didn't say anything about her being brown. She's only thinking in racial terms as a means of trying to fight racism. And at this point in time, I don't have time for the rest of this video. It's another 4 or 5 minutes. I don't really care. Let's scroll down to the comments and see what we get out of here. Alright, let's see what we got from Chris Johnson. At 48 seconds in, you can see it on her face. The exact face that 4-year-old makes when they don't understand the world they live in and are about to throw a tantrum. Let's go look at it. Let me just pause right here. You see that face? Now, I took the luxury to bring up a 4-year-old tantrum face on Google Images right now. So let's look at all these faces. All right, just burn them into your head. And now go back to this. Go back to this. Ready for this? That's exactly her face.
Theirs in this country.
She's about to lose it. She's about to lose it. And what does she say next? Fuck your laws. What else do you need to say? What else do you need to say? Honestly, this video could be that. Just those little 2 seconds. Fuck your laws. And then just end it. Because that sums up this 9-minute video pretty well. And by Sean Murphy, a gigantic thank you to our wonderful teachers and college professors who pumped this racist, blithering idiot's head full of your America's awful, America's racist agenda while never bothering to tell the wonderful people of Latin descent it was their people who originally took the soil of Native Americans, who raped, slaughtered, enslaved, and genocided them off their property and later turned it around and renamed it Mexico. Yeah, you don't hear people teaching about that because white people didn't do it. Alright? If it's not white, it's alright. To loosely quote the great Chris Rock. Also, thanks liberal teachers and professors for not bothering to inform insane Latinos like this about the Guadalupe Hidalgo treaty. I'm not going to go into that here. That's not the point in this video. You can look that up yourself. That little stowed property narrative you might want to push. You might need a little explaining, huh? Also at 5:23, I didn't watch this far into the video, but let's see what we got here. We need to get rid of all y'all. That sounds like genocide to me.
But you don't fix it by breaking the laws.
Because we need to get rid of all y'all.
But we don't fix it by...
You hear that? So what did we just end on? You're fucking white, boy. We need to get rid of all y'all. Now, the question I have here is she talking specifically about people that wear the hat or specifically about white people? Let's watch a little bit more.
What was going on in
The
this
country that you
How about we
apparently love
actually-
so much
No, I
supports
really
freedom
don't. Though
of
I
speech.
fucking hate this country.
That's why I say leave.
I hate it, and I'm not
That's
leaving.
why I say
I'm
leave.
staying here because there's shit that needs to be fixed here, so that's why I'm staying.
Okay, then
All
you
right?
don't. But you don't fix it by
Because
breaking
we
the
need
laws.
to get rid of all y'all.
But we don't fix it by breaking
All
the
right?
laws. And
We don't.
newsflash, I was born here too. I'm not
I
leaving.
don't give a fuck where you were born, boy. You got a shitload of privilege in you, and it shows by you wearing this hat.
I don't care.
And it shows
I take
by
the
you wearing
privilege.
this-
Okay, let's just send it there. So, we need to fix this country. Next sentence, we need to get rid of all y'all. Followed by, you got a shitload of privilege as I stand here having stolen your property and nothing happens to me, and then am therefore completely unable to recognize my own privilege where I can break the law in front of authority figures and not have them do anything to me immediately. We're done here, okay? No more. I can't take this anymore. I'm not watching another 5 minutes of this. Get out of here. Stop. Subscribe, because I got more videos coming your way, baby.